So let's substitute the values of one curve into another. So let's substitute value of y now. So that is nothing but 6 minus 12x is equal to 2. Substituting 2 and 1, I get a quadratic equation again, and I need to find the values of x and y. So the values of x is 1 by 3 and 1 by 6. So if I substitute the values, the simultaneous values will be 2 and 4. Okay, the simultaneous value will be 2 and 4. So the point is what? 1 by 3 comma 2 and 1 by 6 comma 4. So this will be 1 by 3 comma 2 and 1 by 6 comma 4. So these are my points. Now the strip will travel from left to right. So the lower limit will be 1 by 6 and upper limit will be 1 by 3. So let's find the area. So area will be 1 by 6, 1 by 2. And the lower limit, that here it is touching what? The parabola, which is 2 by 3x. And here it is 6 minus 12x, the line. First you'll integrate with y and then with x, because we have taken a strip parallel to my y-axis, as you know. So that is 6 minus 12x minus 2 by 3x. Upper limit minus lower limit. Then you integrate this with x. So if I integrate this with x, I will get 6x. Then 12x square by 2. That is again 6x square. And that will be 2 by 3 log x. Okay. The limits are lower limit 1 by 6 and the upper limit 1 by 3. Okay. Here it is 1 by 3 because your x values was 1 by 3. So it is upper limit is 1 by 3. So let's substitute the upper and the lower limit and simplify later. So that will be 2 minus 1. This will be 1 by 9 minus 1 by 36. And this will be 2 by 3. Log of 1 by 3 minus log of 1 by 6. Now log of 1 by 3 minus log of 1 by 6. And then multiplying by, that will be log 2. Okay. Minus 1, minus sign if you take out. So this is 1 by 2 by 3 log 2. So this will be my area. You can check after simplifying. Okay. So now these were some sums that I took on Cartesian form. Cartesian form as in terms of x and y. Now some sums we'll see in the polar form. Formula of polar form, which is already been done. Right. So using that formula we'll find the area. So let's take sums on polar form now. So find the area between the circles. The circles are what? R is equal to 2 sine theta and R is equal to 4 sine theta. Now we know it clearly. We have done the standard curves of polar form, that whenever we have R is equal to a sine theta, that circle will be on your y-axis. So this is R is equal to 2 sine theta. Right? So let's take another curve. R is equal to 4 sine theta will be somewhat like this. Four sine theta. Okay. So area between these two circles will be somewhat this. It won't be inside the green circle. It will be outside the green circle and inside the red circle, this way. So again, if we see it is symmetric to my y-axis, so I can use 2 into this region. So I'll just find for this region Okay, this radial strip I have to take. I don't have to take a vertical strip or a horizontal strip now. Since it is a polar form, you know you have to take the radial strip. So the limits will be r and theta, right? So now you can see this radial strip is touching down to my green circle, r is equal to 2 sine theta, and up it is touching to r is equal to 4 sine theta. Since if I don't take symmetry, I'll have to take the whole angle. But since I'm taking symmetry, I'm considering only this region and I will multiply by 2. So for this region, the angle is 0 to pi by 2. Right? So now area will be nothing but 2 into the angle 0 to pi by 2. And the lower limit will be 2 sine theta. Upper limit will be the red circle 4 sine theta. Okay, and r dr d theta. So first we will integrate with r and then with theta, because always in my polar form first I integrate with r and then with theta. So let's integrate this. So this will be r square by 2. The limits are 2 sine theta, 4 sine theta. Okay, so this is nothing but 0 to pi by 2, 16 sine square theta minus 4 sine square theta by 2. This by 2 will get cancelled anyway. Okay, so sine square theta again can be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta, and after integrating this 1 minus cos square we can write, and then 1 minus cos square theta can be written as cos 2 theta, and then sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Okay, so let's simplify this. Where it is? Okay, so let's simplify this. This can be written as 6 into 1 minus cos 2 theta, correct? So after integrating 6 into theta minus sine 2 theta by 2, the limits of integration are 0 to pi by 2. So after simplifying, that is 6, then pi by 2 minus sine pi minus sine 0 by 2. After you substitute the upper and the lower limit, the area answer should be 3 pi. Okay, so we can see the polar form sums are also simple. We just have to draw the curves and find the area of intersection. Let's take another. Find the area which is common to the cardioids. Now we have done the standard curves of the cardioids. We have drawn those. Also in the earlier lecture series, we have seen what are the standard limits of the cardioid. So if you don't remember, you can refer to the video of polar form, double integration in polar form. There I have seen, right? So let's draw these two cardioids first. So this will be one cardioid this way. This is what r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. And another cardioid which is on the opposite side. So this is r is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta. Now if you look at this, you have to find the region common to the cardioids. So my common region will be this, 2 circles I am getting. So what I can do is, by looking at the symmetry, you know that these, I can divide this into 4 parts actually. If you look at this part, that is part 1, 2, 3 and 4, all are symmetric. So I will just find the area for 1. So you can write that the total area of the common region is 4 into area of first quadrant. I hope this is clear. Okay, now 4 into area of first quadrant, that means I am just dealing with this now. So I will take a strip, radial strip. Okay, so this is my 0, this is my pi by 2. Since it is in first quadrant, obvious the outer will be 0 to pi by 2. Now only for the inner limits, the lower limit is 0 and it is touching this blue cardioid. What is the blue cardioid? It is r into 1 minus cos theta, right? So my limits for r will be 0 to r into 1 minus cos theta. So the area will be 4 into 0 to pi by 2 since it's in the first quadrant, and 0 to a into 1 minus cos theta. Okay, so this will be my actual limits. If you want, you can take a complete circle and then 2 into upper and lower. So anyway, the answer won't change. So, but I have divided into 4 regions because all were symmetric. You can divide into 2 as well. So that is, let's substitute the limits. So 4 into 0 to pi by 2, that is a square 1 minus cos square theta. Sorry, cos theta the whole square. So if I open the brackets, this will be a square, you can take outside since anyway it is a constant term. And this 2r square by 2 again I have taken outside. Here only I have taken outside, right? So that is 1 minus 2 cos theta and cos square theta. Now cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2, and then I will integrate. So this is 2a square 0 to pi by 2, 1 minus 2 cos theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. And now let's integrate this. You will have 2a square. This here you will have theta minus 2 sine theta plus theta by 2, and here you will have sine theta by 2 and it is 4, and the limits of integration are 0 to pi by 2. So let's substitute the limits and simplify. The final answer that I need to get here is 3 pi by 4 minus 2 after simplification. You can check the answer. Okay, so after simplification, this is the area which is common to the two cardioids. R is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta and r is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta. Okay. Similar type of example. Now we'll find the area which is common to the circle. Circle is what? R is equal to a, and the cardioid r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. So you have to draw both the curves and you have to find the common region of the cardioid and the circle, and you have to check the symmetricity as well. So first let's draw the axis, x-axis and y-axis. We'll draw the curve r is equal to a. You know that r is equal to a is a circle. Sorry, r is equal to a is a circle which will pass through my origin with the radius a, something like this. Okay. So r is equal to a. I am not very good at showing symmetry. You just imagine that it is passing through the origin with the same radius. Now we will draw the cardioid. My cardioid is what? It will be something like this. Okay, this green one is nothing but r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. So the common region between the circle and the cardioid, that means inside the circle and inside the cardioid, the intersection region will be this. So again, you can see it is symmetric about x-axis. So two regions. So you can find one region and then multiply by 2. Okay. So this is the common region. Also, one more common region you have. If you look at this, this also part is a common region. I'll shade by a different color. Because anyway, this is you have to take two different strips because these are two different regions. So this also is a common region between the circle and the cardioid. But why I'm shading into two parts? Because I have to divide into two regions. Let's take the radial strip. So this is my one strip and this is my another strip. Now I have divided into two parts, right? This red is nothing but r is equal to a and green is nothing but r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. The angle here is 0 to pi by 2 and this is pi. Now look at the first part, like sub-region. Now I'll name the sub-region here as region 1. This is my region 1 and this is my region 2. I'm multiplying by 2 because you know it is symmetric. So we can write that the total area is nothing but 2 into area above the initial line, above the x-axis or the initial line. We have seen this. The initial line in polar form is your x-axis. Okay. So total area will be 2 into. So I have, this will be R1 plus R2. My region 1 and my region 2 I have to add and find the area, right? So first total area will be nothing but 2 into double integration of region 1 r dr d theta and double integration of region 2 r dr d theta. Okay, because the strip is changing, I need to divide into two regions. Same strip cannot cover the whole region, because if you see this region 1, the red strip is touching the green line, while as this blue strip is touching the red line. So I have divided into two regions, R1 and R2. Now let's find the limits for this R1 and R2. For R1, let's see for the R1 first. Region 1 you can see, if you travel from anti-clockwise direction, right? Region 1, if you travel from anti-clockwise direction, it is pi by 2 to pi. Okay, this way, pi by 2 to pi. So my outer limits will be pi by 2 to pi. Right? Next, the region 1, if you see, it is starting from origin, that is 0, and it is touching this green curve. This green curve is nothing but r is equal to a into 1 plus cos theta. So the limits will be 0 into 1 plus cos a into 1 plus cos theta. Okay. So these are the limits for my region 1. Now we'll see for region 2. Now region 2, let's find the angle first. The region 2 will travel from here till here, that is in the first quadrant. So it is obvious 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so that is 0 to pi by 2. And again in region 2, the inner limits, look at the strip, it is starting from origin and it is touching this red curve. Red curve is nothing but r is equal to a. So this will be my limits for both the region. Now we have divided into two regions because there are two different intersections. So let's now find the integration of these two parts, and addition of this will give me the total area of the curve because I've already multiplied by 2. So this will be pi by 2 to pi r square by 2, 0 to a into 1 plus cos theta, and this is 0 to pi by 2, 0 to a. Okay, so let's substitute the limits of integration. That will be pi by 2 to pi. Substitute the upper limit. You can take 2 common if you want, so that 2 can get cancelled anyway. So if I substitute the upper limit, that will be a square 1 plus cos theta the whole square, and this is 0 to pi by 2 a square. Okay, so now I'll have to integrate this with respect to theta. So let's first open the brackets of the first integration, then the integration will become easier. Okay, you can take a square common if you want, but let me do that later. So that is 1 plus cos 2 theta cos theta, and this is cos square theta. But as we did in the earlier sum, cos square theta can be written as cos 2 theta by 2. Okay, and then you have to integrate with respect to theta. This is my first integration. Now my second integration is easier. It is direct, but I'll do in the next step anyway. So that is 0 to pi by 2 a square d theta. So I've simplified my first integration and the second integration. So let's just integrate all the terms now. So you will have area is equal to, a square is common in the first term. This will be theta plus 2 sine theta. I'm integrating 1 with theta.